Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. You can hear me above the wind. The big stuff is gone. We have an almost empty room. I've left myself with a chair, the TV, a couple of bits and bobs still to go over, and some stuff to just be thrown away. And yeah, I've got a job to get in here for all the crates, but I was down to join in with the care collab for Cattleya cernua, what used to be sophronitis, and I bottled out of it on the grounds I expected to be absolutely too busy. But the removals men today, they came with a smaller van, and they said it's going to work out better in the long run to actually do 2 trips in the smaller van. So they loaded up 1 trip in the dry and unloaded it basically in the dry. And then by the time we got back to start loading up the second lot, Storm Barra had got here, and it was chucking it down. And anyway, they managed. They had an awful lot of difficulty with my L-shaped table, my computer table, getting it through doorways and angles and stuff. It's great difficulty, you know. I mean, they kept trying, and this way, that way, upside down. They managed it in the end, but they spent nearly as much time with that one piece of furniture as all the rest put together in the second trip. They managed to get the settee through. My 2 sons, at one point, they had it jammed in the kitchen doorway, and my son did a rugby shoulder charge on it from the other end of the hall and bounced it through. Oh, they just got it stuck. Anyway, the big stuff's done. I am now stuck here. The spare room has a single bed in it, which has got bedding on it. It's ready to sleep in, apart from the fact it's absolutely covered in cardboard boxes, which I've now got to go up and move. The cats are not happy at all. I think Mojo's actually run away for a bit. There's a hole in the side of the shed. He won't be in the rain. He's not that stupid. And he might have managed to sneak upstairs, I don't know. But he's the one that's worried the most. He's doing his mournful noise instead of his chirpy little meow. So he's not at all happy at the moment. And of course, they've lost their bed that they sleep on. So what I've done temporarily is I've folded the duvet on the bedroom floor, because obviously, you know, they recognise they've probably got their own smell on it as well, you know, so hopefully they've got somewhere where they feel comfortable, because they've lost everywhere that they sleep, you know, so all sort of gone. Anyway, we got the furniture in, and it's all in the rooms it's supposed to be in. My double bed is still in pieces because I took it apart, so tomorrow I'm going to go over with a carload and put the bed back together, make sure all the furniture is exactly where I want it, you know, and take some stuff over. So I'll do a trip over tomorrow, and I'll have a quick whiz round with the camera. Anyway, today's stuff, my Cattleya cernua is late this year. It is just coming into bloom, but not properly open yet. Those only cracked open this morning. But you know, you can see the way it works basically. That's a single new growth. You can see the pale leaf there has just opened. It's hardly got room to open. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buds on that spike coming out of that single growth. Then we've got another growth up here that's just sort of parted. There's 3 or 4 buds on that. So they seem to average between 3 and 5. There's quite a few more new growths that haven't opened yet. So there's going to be a lot more blooms. But it's late. It is late this year. Obviously I've got mine growing on a mount. I mean, it grows in high light. It grows up near the roof, so it gets really good light. Sorry about the noise. There's just this storm going over. I feel sorry for a lot of people that have lost their power. Some people have been without electricity for 11 days now. That's an awful long time to have no heat, no power, no lighting, you know. Not good. But then the previous storm, whatever that one was, R1, did an awful lot of structural damage. Anyway, yeah, so my conditions, it gets high light. It does nothing for a very long time. So if we start with the new growths, they start probably during October, maybe even as late as the beginning of November. Oh, this is almost impossible to work in. But my voice is right next to the camera, so it should be okay. So the new growths start at that point, And at that point I start feeding again, because up until then this thing doesn't get any food. It gets some watering to stop it dehydrating, but there's no point in feeding it, it's not growing. And then the growths start, and I start pumping in the feed then to push those growths on. And inside those growths are the spikes with the buds. Now the buds don't, the blooms don't last a huge amount of time. They're not bad, but they're not long lasting. We'll find out, won't we? Once the blooms are finished, there'll probably be a spurt of root growth. The new growths will mature, and by mature I mean they will change colour, and they will go the lovely dark sort of green that the rest of the plant is. And at that point the plant will stop, and it won't grow, apart from a few roots, again until the new growth starts, sort of October, November time. It has a very, very long period through the summer where it does absolutely nothing. And certainly if you've got it in a pot, I would go very careful keeping that pot wet with lots of feed in it, because the plant's not growing, or that's how mine works anyway. So there we go. I'm going to quit now because this noise is deafening, and I've got to process this. I'm working on the kitchen counter. You know, I've got no desks now, I've got no desk space. All I've got is sort of the laptop and the mouse on the kitchen counter. That's all I've got. So yeah. Going back to basics, basically, no luxuries. The luxuries are in the wrong place at the moment. No, it's not the luxuries are in the wrong place, it's me that's in the wrong place. But yeah, until my fridge freezer comes on the 14th, I can't officially move in over there, because I can't move in without a fridge and a freezer. There's, you know, that's just, I'm too dependent on those two items. But as soon as they're there on the 14th, hopefully I won't be too long after that, and then we'll be over there for good. But anyway, just a quick video to not completely fail. I'm not doing the proper care collab, I'm not doing the list of other channels and all that sort of stuff. It's just a quick video because I should have joined in and I didn't think I'd be able to. So anyway, no videos on the moving today, because obviously there were other people doing the move. But when I get over there tomorrow, we'll have a quick look round and just sort of see where the furniture's gone and that, and see how it's working, and go from there. And see you next time. Bye for now. Certainly glad the furniture got done before it got this bad. This is just ridiculous. Still, it is a storm after all, and it got its own name. It's special. See you next time.